So for the longest time, I didn't understand what a leader actually is. I'm beginning to see what a leader actually is. But there is this word, or actually phrase, or what people say, and there are books that write on that. Because today I just saw a video. This guy, I forgot his name. It was on a YouTube video. He said, "Resist to reading," right? And he say, "Readers are leaders." For the longest time, I didn't understand what that actually mean until I tried to understand why they say that. What make a great leader, right? Is it because they read a whole bunch of books? Why a leader have to read books to change the life? Or why do people have to, like, why does it have to be read books? Why can't it be videos? Or why does it have to be, it can be audiobooks. But I'm trying to understand what make a great leader, right? And they always say to lead is with books. Why? Why books? Why does it be books? I know I suck on this, but I'm just trying to stack my books, because they say books are important, so I'm stacking them up and I'm gonna read them, right? Ugh, that's terrible. Alright, so that's terrible drawing. Maybe I should not draw this. Alright. So, you have a stack of books here. Right? Terrible, I know. I'm gonna work on it. So, not many people value books. I do. Now I beginning to understand what is leadership. Leadership is giving people hope and seeing something that people can't see for themselves. Also, leaders, right? They give value. I was listening to Tom Campbell, What Spread, right? Like, spread of good ideas. What spread? Why does all of a sudden my videos, when I create videos, all of a sudden they have, I start to see it because it has the potential, like good ideas, right? As Ty Lopez says. Ty Lopez said that good ideas has the potential to change the direction of your life, whether that's in business, a entrepreneurial venture, because I think that leaders, the reason why I read so much, because most people don't read, right? And they miss out of the things that they could have learned. They could have minimized their sufferings, their mistakes. They could have minimized that. They could have closed the gap between the years that they could have move ahead in their life. But ideas are also, because let's say you learn a video from another person, because books help you to think for yourself. And books also help you to disrupt an idea that you have for yourself or other in, let's say that I have knowledge in my head that it lead me to want to disrupt something, right? Meaning that, let's say in the spiritual law of attraction psychic, they have misconception about certain knowledge, and since you have for me time and study, and I want to disrupt a industry because I see it, because I study lots of things, and I can see different ways that can add value in not only in their life and also in my life, that could change something that, if they're not close-minded, that they have the ability to change, right? We all do. But you have to let the idea change you, right? If you don't let it, it cannot change you. You have to let the idea absorb into you, like the philosophy of life. I was watching a TED Talk, right? This Indian guy, he's like, you will always work for someone. If you don't read books or learn, I think leaders are learners. They consume content that has the ability to change their life, to change their business, to change their mind, the renewal of the mind. And that this ability has the ability to change the way that we see the world, right? It's not just fiction. It's not just... He said this in his video, that the books that you read, he said that if you don't read books, you will work for someone who do read books. Oh, that is so powerful. That is powerful. I took away from that all great leaders do read books. Whether, I think Martin Luther King read books, and he have a connection within his brain, certain ideas and information that lead him to greatness. The content that you consume with great ideas has the ability to lead you to greatness, right? To open the gates to potential, to open the gates to your brain, right? And most oftentimes, people consume horrible information, terrible ideas that lead them astray, that lead them a dark path that they didn't want. Oftentimes, news, oftentimes misinformation from friends, because they have misled information from either their background, their thinking. So my philosophy is shaped by the books that I have read through the years. Not only the video content, not only the audio program, but it had lead myself to think more for myself, to recreate myself, to reinvent myself, to recreate the ideal version of who I wanted to be. Because we do not want to die with great music, great ideas, great stories that we could have been writing. Because all the stories, because we're living our philosophy, right? We're moving through time, using what we know and what we experience through life. We're using these ideas, knowledge, and experiences, and we're moving through time, and we're making decisions based upon what we know, what we experience, and what we see in our life. The way that I see this is, great leaders has the potential to pull something out of you that you never knew before. They have to they're visionary. Every great leader are visionary, right? They inspire you. They bring you hope when you have none, when you felt like you don't have none. They give you a sense of purpose. I mean, it's outside of you, of course, but it brings you the renewal of spark that you once lost in your life. And that the video, the books, the coach, or the mentor would lead you to great idea, to lead you to great innovation in your life, to reinvent. Because oftentimes, in order to change our life, is to change the way that we consume the ideas. That this idea worked a long time ago, and that idea must be let go of in order to innovate from the inside out, right? We live from the inside out. That's why they say that all the answers within you. When you pour all this, since our brain is data processing, we consume the data, right, from our eyes and the ears, and we consume it. And that consumption lead to greatness, or it could lead us to the wrong path. And why leaders are, they keep saying leaders are readers, because leaders can see the way and they make the way for other people. Leaders don't, they become, Napoleon Hill said, at first they become great followers. I was a great follower. I followed Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill work. One time I was consumed by Napoleon Hill work. I consumed Tony Robbins work. I consumed his CDs, his videos. And to become a great leader is what you already influence. Since I'm influenced by self-help stuff, law of attraction stuff, spirituality, you will be influenced by that, but by the way that I paint the picture, by the way that I talk about leadership, the way that I try to articulate the message to bring value, because all leadership is bring value to you, to influence you for the better, right? And so, because since leaders are readers, they have the ideas and knowledge that could lead you to your dreams, a roadmap to your future. They know the way, so they have a vision, and then they're pulled by something powerful. So that's a vision. They pull you, and then they have that. And then they're giving you hope by vision that anything is possible, and they give that. What else a leader could do? I can't remember. Oh yeah, a leader also disrupt a story that you have played in your mind, whether bad or good. Anybody can be a leader. If somebody's leading somebody to something, or influence to something, whether good or bad, right? And that they're leading them to either astray or the good path. So, what was it? A great leader tells a story to inspire, to disrupt a story that you once had, that you didn't see greatness within you. That you didn't see that you were smart enough. A great leader, a great book, got enough juice that could tell a great story to disrupt a story that you have played over a lifetime. That you told yourself that you wasn't good enough, you wasn't smart enough, that you wasn't, that you're not valuable enough. But also the books, as you read the book, or as you consume the video or whatever content, because books are content. Books are just a medium where you just consume words. That as you add value to yourself, now as you grow in that whatever, because John Maxwell, it started with John Maxwell. Now I hear what Robin Sharma, John Maxwell, his family or his father, pay him to read books as a kid. I was like, oh, I like that idea. I want to, in the future, when I have future kids, I'll pay them to read books. Because oftentimes CEOs or leaders or the higher you go up to the top, people read, people learn because oftentimes when people consume the information, it will lead them to the path that they don't want. So I can see that now, that these informations are developing into your psyche, your blueprint of philosophy, and that's how you're going to teach, that's how you're going to lead, that's how you're going to inspire people, right? And that is why you should read or learn, because you don't have to read or learn if you don't want to become great, to become greatness. I think that's what it is about. But people, the average person or general population, they don't want to do that because they don't want to become great. They say, oh, what a waste of time of learning or reading. But if only they understood that the books has a way to make your dream come true. Because certain knowledge, certain piece of information could lead you the way to greatness, to lead you to your dreams. And oftentimes, people say that's lucky. No, it's not out of luck. No, it's not that. It's because I read. Because I took my time to study and read, while you do some shenanigans over there and you never took the time to read because you say it's unimportant. So you will live a life that's you don't want, that you're controlled by this system that you don't want, it sucks, because they don't value books. They don't value investing in, because people oftentimes say a book costs a lot of money, right? Or whatever, and they don't want to be mentored by great authors who have done the things that they want to do, and they already gone before. Let's say they're billionaires, some millionaires, or someone who already successful in your eyes, and they're giving a lifetime of information that they've written in written words. But you chose not to because you're too goddamn close-minded, and you wouldn't want to listen because you think you know it all, and then you think you see, the thing with people is, if they know it all, they're living a lot of crappy life, unless, but besides that, Gary don't read. Gary Vaynerchuk or Gary V don't read. He learned by osmosis. He learned by listening and watching and observing, right? That's also the way you can learn too. There's many ways that you can learn, different learning modalities, right? But oftentimes people don't. What make a great leaders is they're consumed by greatness. They're consumed to inspire. They inspire themselves as they read. They inspire others as they lead. That's pretty much it. Kind of suck. I need to work on my books. Leaders. Okay. I don't feel like. Okay. So leaders. There we go.